red when it's going up and down. Here's Mr. Kiss on the pink. Got the reds together. How's the cue ball? Pretty good. Wonderful reply. Ding has played some of the best safety shots we've seen here this week. He played one earlier on in the match, but one of the best I've ever seen. That was another excellent safety shot.
Surely you can't be looking at the two cushion. Get out, yeah, the two cushion escape. My cable's going to be... Mind, the black is too far out the way to come into play. So we could see him going wide with his first effort. Which we did, but he did on that full ball pink. And that could be a very, very costly mistake. They always play on the first shots wide, don't they, Willie, so they can make the allowance for the next one, and he just made too much.
Just looking at the scoreboard though, Darren, he's going to need red, black and one more red. And we know that top red of the three will pot.
I said all week I'm not a big believer of the two cushion get out. They're all playing it, but not a shot I like to play.
Well, he's not going to be on the black nice enough to get on the red. Not on the blue nice enough to get on the red. Power shot needed. A glance at the scoreboard will tell him he just needs one more red. I think he's got the slightest of angles on this blue. He can play off one, maybe two cushions. Yeah, nice angle actually. Anything but the kiss on black is good. Or is it? Surely not. Can you see the red? And match ball if you can. Just. Darren mentioned it would have been unmissable an inch less. The fact that it went that inch further made it missable. We can't afford not to get a colour. 48 behind, 51 on. Oh, why did he play into the reds, Mark? Oh, that could be the last shot that Mark Selby's played in this tournament.
The thing I can think of then is he's played just to miss the reds, not a cam, unless he tried to get a thin contact, knowing the black was near the left corner. But this is a thin one. This isn't the certainty. But in it goes. And he's on the pink. So I think that's it, Mark Selby. But what a fantastic final we've seen.
There's not many better nights than finals night at any major snooker tournament. This has been very, very special. And what a shot this is. Absolutely beautiful. The positional play of both these two great players has been exceptional this evening. It's all over now. Ding Junhui is the champion. Oh, a left-handed Ronnie O'Sullivan shot. Oh, and screws back as well.
15.
A lot of Chinese fans in the audience this evening as Mark Selby offers his hand in congratulations. The crowd stand. It's been an absolutely excellent match. Both players at the top of their form. Ding Junhui absolutely delighted. He is the 888 Zhen Ren professional champion, the Regal Welsh. Zhen Ren champion. Congratulations, Ding Junhui. Also, congratulations, Mark Selby. Mark Selby played exceptional, made the highest break so far in this tournament, a break of 145. But Ding Junhui is the new champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have been treated to a fabulous final. May we have another round of applause for two world-class players. Mark, a little wry smile there. You gave that absolutely everything.
Yeah, I mean, I played in patches, but I missed too many balls. I mean, I probably let Ding off the hook in the first session. Probably should have been in front, and I was 5-3 behind, and somebody of Ding's class, you can't afford to do that.
How much of a factor was it when you thought you were going 3-1 up, and then it was 2-all?
Yeah, I think in a way that was probably the turning point of the match. Ding seemed to obviously get his momentum after that and playing well, but like I say, I had my chances, so I can't complain, but every credit to Ding, deservedly.
There is absolutely no disgrace using when you force the player to produce his absolute best, and a pretty cheeky 1-4-5 from you as well.
Well, nice consolation. I just found out how much it was, and it was £1,000, so I was expecting it to be about 10 or something. I was over the moon when I got 1-5, and then I got told out it was £1,000. So, but no, I mean, yeah, like you say, it's a nice little consolation. But like I say, Ding's a class player, and he thoroughly deserved to win today.
Being world #1 is one thing, but it's about getting to major finals and winning major trophies that counts. And this is a great stepping stone towards the World Championship.
It is, yeah. I can't complain. I'm stood here in the final and first match of the week. I looked like one ball away from going out in the first round to Sam Baird, so every match after that was a bonus, so I'm thankful to get to the final.
Ladies and gentlemen, very gracious runner-up, Mark Selby. Ding, your 5th ranking event title, your first in almost 3 years. You must be absolutely delighted. Don't take any notice of him.
Nice boo. Yeah, very happy to win Welsh Open, and very nervous.
How much of a turning point was it when you went in 5-3 up after the afternoon session?
Marcus' mistake on the black to go 3-1 up, and just to remind you. Okay.
A word about Mark, though, because you really had to be at your best to win that, didn't you?
Yeah, he's very good, and you know, first round he looked like loser, but he's still going to win, and he get in the final. It's no, because he's the #1. I beat the #1.
Ding, there are 20 million people watching live in China. We've got hundreds in the auditorium here. Perhaps a message for your fans in Chinese.
I like the fans, lovely fans here, and they all the way come to watch me, support me this week, and it's nice crowd here.
Well, I have to tell you, your girlfriend, Apple, hide in the toilets for the last frame. It was all a little bit too much for her, so I think you need to go and give her a hug. And just finally, you've done the UK twice, you've done the Welsh, one big one left. How much confidence do you take from this going into the World Championship in a couple of months' time?
I practice very hard, and I get in the semi-final last year. I hope I do better this year.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ding JUNHUI. Now please welcome your presentation VIP, the Deputy Mayor, JUNHUI. Ladies and gentlemen, your runner-up, what a week he's had, the jester from Mr. Mark Selby. And the winner, receiving the cheque, the trophy and the title of 888 Zen Ren Welsh Open Champion for 2012, China's Ding JUNHUI. Ladies and gentlemen, your champion, Ding JUNHUI.
Well, JUNHUI has had an absolutely wonderful reception. There are quite a lot of Chinese supporters here in the Newport Centre, but actually the Welsh fans, Dominic and Dan, really know when they've seen a great performance from a great champion.
Absolutely, Ashley. Wonderful breaks throughout, century breaks, 80 breaks, frames won in one visit, nail-biting climaxes to other frames where there were a few mistakes, but ultimately JUNHUI tonight was just Mr. Consistent and fully deserved for his victory tonight.
And there were times in the match when Selby really put him under pressure at the end. I mean, Selby looked like he was back for one of those famed comebacks like he did in 2008, but fair play to JUNHUI. He kept his cool and when he needed to, again, produced some wonderful match play snooker. Yeah,
I mean, if it had gone 8-7, it could have been a very tense finale to this final. But Ding put a tremendous long red. It gave him a chance, settled him down, took the pressure off him, made a useful 40-odd break and just controlled that last frame perfectly for him.
And Darren, you were sort of commentating on the match. I mean, what impressed you most about JUNHUI tonight?
I think his composure, you know, he doesn't anything get to him. Mark Selby came back at him tonight a couple of times with good breaks, and he just didn't get fazed by it. And every time he got a chance, he made the most of it. We always knew it was going to be a good final. We expected it to be a good final and lived up to all expectations.
Now, this is his fifth ranking tournament. We have to ask, I mean, how many more do you think he can go on and win?
I mean, you know, it's the first one for 3 years, which is quite unbelievable, really. But I think he's got his confidence back, especially winning the fashion he's won. Not just because he's won it, in the fashion he's won. World Championship just around the corner. You know, I think this is the first of many again.
And Dominic, what about the World Championship? Because as we just heard there, of course, that is the big one. It's what every player wants to win. And this is almost the perfect time to get a tournament under your belt with the World Championship just around the corner.
Yes, it's the perfect reassurance for Ding that he can go on and win tournaments at any time in his career. He's still in his early 20s, but he knows this game inside out, and he's got all the key ingredients to be a world champion. He's got a great tactical game. He can score, he can pot the balls, he's a fantastic technician. He's got everything he needs. All those key ingredients are what you need if you're going to win a 17-day marathon that the World Championships is.
So Ding is a real contender. I mean, how many other players do you think are realistic contenders at the Crucible later this year?
You can never count out Ronnie. He seems back to his best. He's just won the last ranking event before this, the German Masters. John Higgins, 4 times champion, reigning champion. He's a fantastic tactician as well. You need all these things if you're going to win the World Championships. He's got experience. Neil Robertson. There are so many great players. Graham Dott. It's always tough to win the World Championships, but he's got as good a chance as any.
And Darren, I have to say, I mean, some of these scenes are absolutely wonderful behind us. I mean, it's clear that he's such a popular man, isn't he? Particularly in China.
The BBC and what have you, and I've never seen anything like what I've witnessed tonight with them all in the cup. And he's loving it, and so he should, you know. He's having a fantastic time with his fans, and it's well deserved.
Very brief word about Mark Selby. I mean, he did play really well and played his part in a great final.
He did. He'd be a bit concerned about his form against Ronnie O'Sullivan in the semi-finals, but he started so well in the...
I don't suppose that really matters, does it? It's a nice check in the pocket, but you'd rather tournaments.
Oh, absolutely. You never like losing in a final, but, you know, he'll take his hat off to Ding Junhui. He deserved to win. He was a better player on the day.
Well, give me a final word then on Ding Junhui, because I suppose he had to ride his luck in this tournament, didn't he? I mean, he beat the reigning champion John Higgins, and then, of course, had that lucky break against Stephen Lee. But I guess that's what tournaments are all about.
Yes, you know, look, if you're going to win any kind of a tournament, then you've got to have a little bit of luck. That little bit of luck, you can say, came at the right time, and he's made the most of it, you know. He'll take more from this today because he's beaten Mark, the world #1, playing at his very best.
And he's up to world #7. Do you think he can go all the way up and perhaps become one of the consistently 2 or 3 best players in the world?
On that kind of form, there is no reason why not.
Is that what you think as well, Dominic? I mean, is he really established now as one of the 10?
Absolutely. If Ding Junhui right now is world #1, you could not...
In Newport, so much drama, so much excitement. But the key is the Welsh Open Trophy in 2012. It's on its way to China. Well played, Ding Junhui. From all of us here, from Darren and Dominic.